Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.
Hello, friends. I'm your pal in the mainstream media.
And I'm your Riz.
And, you know, Riz, it takes years of strenuous, dedicated training before you're worthy to step inside a professional wrestling ring. But it takes even more time to develop complex, highly astute opinions about professional wrestling. Am I right?
That is correct. You know where we can find that?
Yes.
On Wrestling Ham.
That's right.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.
Hello, friends. I'm your pal in the mainstream media.
And I'm your Riz.
And, you know, Riz, it takes years of strenuous, dedicated training before you're worthy to step inside a professional wrestling ring. But it takes even more time to develop complex, highly astute opinions about professional wrestling. Am I right?
That is correct. You know where we can find that?
Yes.
On Wrestling Ham.
That's right.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.
Hello, friends. I'm your pal in the mainstream media.
And I'm your Riz.
And, you know, Riz, it takes years of strenuous, dedicated training before you're worthy to step inside a professional wrestling ring. But it takes even more time to develop complex, highly astute opinions about professional wrestling. Am I right?
That is correct. You know where we can find that?
Yes.
On Wrestling Ham.
That's right.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com. This show is brought to you by Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/awesomecast. It's time to get geeky, get awesome. It is the AwesomeCast. I'm Mike Sorgat, Sorgatron on the social medias in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And we're back to what I called it a typical AwesomeCast this week. It's a regular. We haven't done trips. We haven't done surfing or anything like that. Nothing too maiming of our bodies, except, I don't know, Katie, how are you feeling after hitting the weights this morning?
Cannot complain.
No.
Surprisingly, yet. Give it time.
Yes. Oh, no, I got something going on with your feed there. Yeah, you're glitchy. I don't know what's going on there. I forgot
Is that me?
No, it's on my side. It's on my side. We got a loose cord somewhere. We'll figure that out during the course of the show.
I'm loosey-goosey.
It's all right. This works. It just wasn't working over here. And then also with us, Dave Potter is on the line. Hello, sir.
Hello. Yeah, I just flew in from California, and boy, are my arms tired.
So we'll get into it a little bit. Oh, there's intern Tony is here. Waving to the audio people, and intern Mac is here. I don't know why I made you look so small in the shot. But we're ready to go here, and we'll get into it. But Dave, am I not mistaken that one of the videos I saw, so you actually did go and travel, right?
I did, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I also see a video of you traveling in AI?
You did, yes.
Okay, thank you. Because I saw the AI one, and then I heard you talk about being back from a trip on social media, and I'm like, I don't know what's real. And I think we just illustrated the point of all the problems that we have with all these things. That's the problem with everything.
Exactly. Yes.
I don't know which is real. I don't know which. I didn't know if you actually left the house or not. And this is what we're going to be navigating here. But let's get into our awesome things of the week here. Katie, let's start with you.
I saw something. This is completely, it's related to Podner. Somebody said AI is not the problem, the people are, and Podner is the problem. Is what I just learned in that sentence from the start of the show.
It's me. It's always been me. Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me.
Yes.
So you've heard me talk. I'm a big Nintendo Switch player, and you've probably heard me talk a gazillion times about Animal Crossing and how much I love Animal Crossing. And I've been playing since the day it came out, and it's the whole reason I purchased the Switch. But I play that with my niece, and my nephew is not into Animal Crossing.
Oh, you don't say. How old is he again?
7. He'll be 7 and not 8. Maybe he's 8. Oh no, he's gonna watch this and be very upset with me. Just blanked out. How old is he? Younger than my niece. There we go. But he does not find Animal Crossing as interesting as my niece does, and he wanted something with more action and more killing things, and which is fine, and I get it. So that does not happen in Animal Crossing. And so I asked him what game he wanted to play. I asked him to look into what game he wanted to play. And he settled on Grounded, which we can play online. This is the Grounded Fully Yoked edition.
Fully Yoked? What is so fully yoked about it? I don't remember that. And this is a game that's been on Xbox and Game Pass, too. So I'm familiar with it, but not the Fully Yoked edition.
No. So I don't know. I'm assuming things are bigger and more deadlier. More deadlier. We're going to go with that.
Okay.
Wow, we're doing real well today.
So what is this game for the people who don't know?
So if you're not familiar with Grounded, you are shrunk down, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids style. You are outside. You are fighting off bugs. You're like, why? You don't know why. You're just like, I woke up small. I popped out of the suitcase. What in the world is going on here? Throughout the game, you do battle some bugs. You start out and you can make one of the accessibility things, and we've talked about this in the show before, is the option, because of arachnophobia, the size and scariness of your spider. And you can select it from big, super duper scary spider down to non-existent spider. So you can have no spider. And we went with the pretty much non-existent spider because it is a very scary spider if you see it, and it's horrifying. It's just massive and big giant fangs, and so you battle bugs in this. You build things. It is first person point of view, and I am not struggling as bad as I thought I would, because it's well documented that I do not play first person anything very well. I'm not having too much of a problem. It was funny to watch my niece and nephew play this game together for the first time because they were trying to hit each other and they couldn't when they were in there, because that's how we do it. But yeah, it's something we can both play online together. It was relatively easy. He's much more into Minecraft, and I'm finally figuring out Minecraft and being less of a disappointment to him in regards to gameplay. But it's still a little bit of a challenge for us to get going in Minecraft. So this has been much easier. You can just I have a lobby, we have a game started, I get it going, he jumps on in, and off we go, and we'll FaceTime and we can talk about it as we're playing, and it's been fun so far. We've been playing fun together. But yeah,
you said it was cross-platform, right? So like, could I join you from my Xbox as well?
Yes. I think you just have to select something when you start. But there's the
please loop me
option.
in if you're jumping into one of these, because I'm actually interested in doing a multiplayer with this thing. So I played a little bit. I'd love to get back to it. And much like I don't have a Switch, but I do have Game Pass on my iPhone and a controller with me most of the time. So that's interesting. And two items part off of what you said. First, have they made you watch the Minecraft movie?
Yes, I've seen the Minecraft movie.
Okay. It actually was a lot better than I expected. Not knowing much Minecraft, like I was kind of like, okay, this is kind of hilarious. I actually need to watch it again because I fell asleep because I was just desperately tired that day for some reason. And two was so it's first person, but one thing I noticed with games like this, and actually it's going to apply to the game I'm about to talk to for my awesome thing of the week. It's not like a Twitch action first person game. Like this is things are going to attack you and things, but it's a lot of kind of walking around and exploring an inventory kind of situation, and then a bug attacks, right? So does that make the difference for you, that it's not like I have to go everywhere moving all the time, oh my god, where's that demon at?
Yes, because I traditionally, for my Minecraft play, I am looking the wrong direction. I'm constantly crouching and wondering why I'm walking so slow.
Okay, there's that too. Yeah.
I'm just like, and they're like, come on, this is embarrassing. But yes, I think because there's less of a coordinating both joysticks to figure out which my body, going multiple directions. And the not automatic crouch is very helpful.
And really, like, I'm pulling this up. This is a NV Guns video. The best grounded gameplay you'll ever see is how it's labeled. And I'm struggling to find a part. Oh, no, I found one where he finally encounters a bug. And you said you did turn on the arachnophobia mode. So I haven't seen what they look like. Did you say it's like a white cloud with eyes or something like that? I want to see if I can find that.
Well, yeah, I don't know if it completely eliminates the spider from the game, but like the farthest version on the opposite spectrum, it looks like it's just like a little round white circles with red eyes, and I don't know if that's what shows up in the game or if it's just non-existent. That's it!
So this is what the spider shows as. So if you have it on, it would be just a big terrifying spider, but basically it's just kind of a floating body of the spider. Is that what we're seeing here?
Yep, with eyeballs.
Yes. Just a little, like a couple of orbs, and all you need to know is, well, good thing that's not a spider, because I'm afraid of spiders, and moving on, right? So yeah, it gives you an idea. So it's cool that it gives you that kind of option for something like that, because otherwise that'd be a deeply scary game. What did we talk about, though? There's one thing at Kennywood for their Fright Nights that has spiders and snakes, so me and my wife both would have a problem with it. So yeah, but it was an interesting situation there. So all right.
Well, let me also ask: are you guys familiar with the cat
in the desert? Cat in the desert.
Desert cat.
Been home 1 hour. Cat. Are you familiar with the Scott Johnson play along?
I do. I am. I think I'm relatively aware of it, but I have not checked it out.
Okay, well, it's him playing scary games. Okay, and when there are jump scares, his yelling and screaming out of pure terror. Here's this early 50-year-old man.
Right.
Going, ah, What's coming after me?
Did you see last year we had Katie and Riz play Five Nights at Freddy's, the original? And apparently Riz for the first time, even though he's the one that got me into it, apparently has never played it before, but talks about it all the time because he only watches it online. Yeah, it's time to dig those up.
So this game, is it like you're going to hear lots of screaming or just a little bit of
More just
Yeah,
like
okay,
what's
okay.
that thing?
It's not.
I ended up in an anthill being attacked by ants, and that was kind of scary.
No, Katie,
they
that
were
was
like,
actually at Baja 2 weeks ago.
I will always find the
that
anthills.
wasn't a game. That wasn't a game. That was real life.
Yeah, we did. Like, she was sitting there. She was standing like right beside, and I dropped something right in the middle of the anthill. Like that was by our U-Haul production truck. So, anyways, and then you found it in the game. So you do find it every time.
Just ants just love me.
Are they the bitey ones like you always find in Texas?
Oh yeah, these are angry. I mean, I don't think they're red, but they're very angry, big, scary eyes, and yeah, lots of murdery things. And then I discovered I got poisoned multiple times because I think pollution.
Oh, really?
I don't know. That's what my nephew told me. I was like, why am I dying? Why can't I see things? And it was like the radioactive symbol popped on, and so he's like pollution
in the game.
So I don't know.
Game.
Yeah.
In the game.
Yeah,
Not
at
at Baja. Not like at Baja.
No,
there
no,
wasn't
no.
like poisonous clouds there.
No,
okay.
we haven't gotten poison at Baja. Well, mostly, yeah. Anyways.
I figure that comes from the food.
So if you're interested, this is a $50 game over on the Nintendo Switch store. Last I knew, it's also available on Game Pass. I think it's a Microsoft published game, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it's Microsoft Studios. And a lot of those Microsoft in-house games have been coming over to Switch, especially the smaller ones like this. That are really good with multiplayer and things. Minecraft obviously is over there. Wow, he's really just playing Microsoft Xbox games on that Switch, isn't he? So
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. And,
yeah. Okay.
and Mario, anything Mario.
Anything Mario, obviously. So if only they would. Oh, if only they would share the other way, right? But no, they're going to be the Apple about it. So I'm seeing where they have it on. No, I just ended up in a whole other thing. Oh no, here it is. Game Pass, and that's also going for $39.99 and it's the fully yoked edition there as well over on the Xbox store. There is a sequel that I think is in game preview right now. So
July 29th.
July 29th is coming out. So does that mean we all have to update for this thing? And it's on Steam. It's on about everything, it looks like. So at least the sequel is on Steam as well. So but yeah, they do have the early access and everything like that. And I'm going to see if it's on Game Pass too. But we'll see. But no, definitely worthwhile. Check that out. It's grounded and it's on about everything, and apparently cross compatibility. So, related, and again, this is another first-person game that, Katie, you may be able to play if you're so inclined. But again, it's kind of spooky-ish. It's very bright, but still very spooky. It's got some Five Nights at Freddy's vibes, but so far has not been as scary as Five Nights for me. I'm about probably like an hour into this game. It's called My Friendly Neighborhood. I feel like we brought it up here. Like I saw a trailer for it a while ago. So you're like a cable guy or something, and like they're broadcasting old puppet shows over over the broadcast, over the news. So you have to go shut down the antenna, and then you start getting attacked by person-sized puppets, basically. And there's a giant bird named Pearl that is a death bird. Do not go near it. It's not like a shooter for the most part. Oh, I didn't get to that part with the mask. It's interesting because you do have like something of a gun, and then it's a very puzzle based. And if you take these guys out and you leave the room, they're going to respawn unless you find duct tape and duct tape them. And then they'll stay duct taped, which is hilarious because they'll still try to talk to you. So again, a little bit into it, and it's been kind of an interesting. It's been an interesting role so far. Supposedly only takes about 5 hours to beat, as long as you don't get hung up on all those puzzles and things like that. So, but it's really kind of interesting so far. The puppets seem to be autonomous. They keep waving their arms in the air. It's really kind of like creepy, but like bright, right? So, and slower paced. You know, you're going to walk into the room, you're going to hear them in the distance, a little bit like Five Nights at Freddy's. But it takes a lot for them to like see you and start attacking. I'm running through it on easy mode. It's very Resident Evil that if you have it on anything other than easy, you have to find tokens and you have to find the safe room to save the game. Yeah.
No thanks.
That is easy mode. You don't have to do it. So you have to find the safe room, which still is a pain in the butt, but you don't have to go looking for tokens. And I've been looking. I barely find tokens in this game so far. So it's one of those like Resident Evil. You're not gonna have a lot of assets to play this game or to like defensively on this game. Like bullets are at a. You're not running and going because you have to find ammunition. And there's not a lot of it that you're finding around this place. So, so it's My Friendly Neighborhood. It's on Game Pass, and they do have it for $30 on Steam. And I presume that price is about the same across the board. It looks like it's on about every platform as well, probably including Switch, if I'm not mistaken. So we can see. I'm gonna check that real quick, but yeah, I wouldn't imagine that it's not because it's not. It seems like the perfect kind of thing for Switch, actually. So there's the platforms. Oh, it just says Xbox and Microsoft Windows. I thought I saw other ones too. I could be mistaken, but definitely I think that's worth looking at, especially for the creepy season here, right? So I think that's going to be my creepy game of the year, but I do want to get back to Five Nights at Freddy's. Well, we'll have a lot of time because my brother's doing an extra live here in the studio tomorrow. And in solidarity, I'm probably going to hop on the stream for a little bit too and see how that goes. I want to play the scary games during the daytime though. So so we'll play with that a little bit. So
now, Sork, for this game, would you say it's like you were watching Sesame Street yet reading Stephen King at the same time, then fell asleep? And then you dreamt this.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that happening.
Because the way they say my friendly neighborhood, the neighborhood sign is very Sesame Street reminiscent.
Oh, there's definitely. Oh, when you get to the studio, you're like, it's very Sesame Street. It's very like, this is Sesame Street, but don't tell Sesame Street. Yeah, don't tell Disney. I mean, the big like scary thing is a giant bird that not completely like a big bird. It's its own thing, but it's kind of like an alt universe Sesame Street, but a very similar to that Five Nights at Freddy's. They're like, hey, this is a thing that everybody loved, and now it's kind of taken over, and somebody needs to shut it down, kind of thing, right? So like definitely taking a little bit of that vibe, but I think it's here's a playthrough in under 3 hours. So I need to step up on this thing. So, and also like I'm getting caught up in so many long games, Jedi Survivor, Assassin's Creed. I just needed something. I just picked up, it was a Suicide Squad. It was like $7 on this big sale. Or have it on Xbox. So it's just like, I need something that's like a nice breezy thing, right? It'd be just to play a little bit more leisurely. So I don't know about leisurely. There's going to be these puzzles in here that I'm sure are going to drive me crazy. Dave Ponder, what is your awesome thing of the week?
Well, I actually have been traveling. That my background is actually a photo I took. I went out to visit my dad, who lives in Rancho Mirage, which is in the Palm Springs area, and we went out to a place called the Living Desert. This is a zoo. It's 800 acres, but it's really focused on desert areas. There is a splash thing too, but it's really focused
and
on
a splash park.
And a splash park for the kids. But it's really focused on desert areas. So you have an African area. They do have a thing where you can feed the giraffe. And even if you don't feed the giraffe, you can see giraffe. You can get really close to it. They have Australia. They have in the American Southwest. So think of, if you're familiar with Pittsburgh, think about something, first of all, flat, the size of the Pittsburgh Zoo, flat, but only talking desert. So, you get a lot more in depth. You can very close, very easy to see the animals. Where you sometimes get to zoos and you can't find the animals. They still have tons of room to go around. They're not, very open areas. They do have areas that you can see, like the naked mole rats.
Mm-hmm.
Up
And
close
and
to
this
the
is
little burrows there.
your highlight video from this,
Yeah.
right?
Yep, yep. And you can see there this bird who found the stick and was so happy to find their stick. Different, like I said, different types of animal just kind of out there. Yeah, I mean, you can see it's like, oh, we're gonna feed the giraffe. Giraffe, like, excuse me, yeah, give me that. Give me that. So you can see people are just going straight up to them. They say, don't pet them, but and so it's just, and honestly, for $40, it's a what you're getting. It's a real good price.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, being out there, we were lucky. It was not a very, very hot day, and it was somewhat overcast. Because if you go in, August, it can get 120 degrees out there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if you go in a nice area and you happen to be out in the area, it is a great, educational, get to see the animals up close in more natural environments. It's just a really good thing to go out and see.
That's awesome. We love good zoos. I know Kitty and I had the opportunity to do San Diego Zoo, which is, I think, the best zoo I ever attended in my life. So they got some really cool stuff. Where's Palm Springs in relation to things I would know? That's near LA?
If you go halfway between LA and San Diego and inland.
Okay.
So basically, LA and San Diego get they're close enough to the ocean. Mm-hmm. And if you go east, inland, over the mountains, you get to the valley here. If you hear of things happening, Coachella, that area, it's in that area.
Okay. Well, we'll have to remember that one next time we have an opportunity to visit our friend Amanda out in California. So for sure. So awesome. That is the Living Desert Zoo Gardens, and that's livingdesert.org if you want to check that out as well. And then you have your video. Did you share that video to the group by chance?
I will.
Okay.
I will.
If you could, actually, I might be able to do it right here. We'll take care of that and get that off your plate. So there you go as soon as it loads. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for that. And that's definitely on the visit list now. A lot of another California visit list item here. Well, hey, let's take a quick look at, actually, let's give a shout out to our friends at patreon.com/awesomecast. Our friends supporting the show. We got the Patreon feed going. We have the After Talk happening where we talked about, we went in depth last week on, what was the movie? Whatever that movie was. I blocked it out of my brain, Katie. So, was it
Honeymoon Pact?
What's that?
The Honeymoon Pact.
The Honeymoon Pact. The worst rom-com you're ever going to put on somebody else's Prime account at an Airbnb. So if you want to hear that, and poor Austin Carnes of that was joining us for Wrestling Mayhem show joined us. We sat him in the middle of Missy and Katie, and he had to listen to this like halfway through the explanation. No idea what's going on. It was glorious. But thank you everybody that does support the show and get some fine content like that, or like our friends Brian Crawford, who I think is maybe now coming back from Japan. Have you seen his videos and his pics and stuff from over there? We might have to get him on to do the whole post-trip breakdown for that thing. Cynthia Klosky, John DeGore, and Dave Potter himself. Thank you guys for supporting the show. And also thank you, Chachi, for letting us know what's going on. It is a video game heavy episode, but here's what he's got over on the Video Game Minute.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Chachi Says Video Game Minute. Here's as much video game news that I can cover in under a minute. Netflix is letting subscribers play some games on the TV app now. You select the game on the TV and use your phone as the controller to play against friends in a party-like environment. The current games include Boggle Party, Lego Party, Party Crashers, Pictionary, and Tetris Time Wrap. So, that sounds like a lot of fun. Or, hear me out, you can just play board games. And finally, indie game Baby Steps, a walking simulator game, has the most ridiculous punishment for skipping cutscenes that I've ever heard of. Not only does skipping cutscenes require you to complete a mini-game that gets increasingly harder as the game goes on, but if you skip every one of them, you are rewarded or punished with a 28-minute nonsensical cutscene that involves the two actors breaking characters and having completely random conversations about the human need to pee, broccoli sandwiches, and the fact that you skipped every cutscene in a game that they worked hard on. You can get the game yourself on console or PC, or you can see the entire thing on YouTube. Maybe Sorg will put the link somewhere. That's all the time I have for this week's Chachi Says Video Game Minute. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Chachi, for that video game minute. I think we definitely need to take that Baby Steps game and not tell Riz about it and have him try to play it and make sure he skips all of the cutscenes. Right, Katie?
Oh, yeah. I'm very excited about this.
Excellent. So, in the meantime, hey, one more real quick thing. I feel like I'm putting over Game Pass more and more here, but and actually my tip is going to have to do with it too. I made a discovery. I was kind of poking through some of my old other accounts and stuff, and I had because I'm updating because there was the raise in price on Game Pass, so I'm kind of looking at again, kind of assessing do I keep this at the full price of $30 a month? Because it's okay, what do we get? There's League of Legends stuff. There's Ubisoft is a part of it now and everything like that. But one surprise I had, and I didn't expect this. I just logged into this one thing I saw something about Heroes of the Storm from Blizzard. And of course, Microsoft bought Blizzard and Activision. That's why Call of Duty is all over the place. I think there's a preview if you're a Game Pass member for the new Call of Duty that comes out in a few weeks. But in the meantime, I had reinstalled Battle.net to my MacBook Pro. And the surprise that came up when I did that was I was poking through there because I knew there was a couple things that, like Here's the Story, I think is mostly a free game. For instance, I played it back in the day. But when you get in there, a lot of games on Battle.net, a lot of the Blizzard games are included. You can't see it here because the logo's in the corner, but it does say included with Game Pass. I have StarCraft 2 up here, a game that I wanted to get into, never purchased it because it's just one of those hey, I like these games, but not enough to drop $60 for or anything like that. But if you get in here, there's a lot that are included with Game Pass. They're kind of like the Activision/Blizzard games, like Crash Bandicoot 4 is a part of this too, which means you could download and play it on your PC. But it also means in some cases, like the StarCraft games, which this includes the StarCraft remake or version. And Warcraft 3 that was recently remastered as well. Those are Mac compatible, which means thanks to Game Pass, you have some video games on your Mac, which is it's just a pretty big deal to me. So things like Heroes of the Storm, I think there's some, just like League of Legends, they had a thing where if you logged in with connected your Riot account with your Xbox account, they would give you all of the characters right off the bat, which is amazing. That's a lot. That's a lot to start off with for a game like that. So definitely, if you haven't yet, if you are a fan of Warcraft, Diablo 3, I think is a Mac. 3 and 4 I think are both included, but only 3 is a Mac. I'm really disappointed that the old Warcrafts are not Mac compatible because they always were back in the day. So I'd like to see them do that. Maybe that's something they'll add down the line as well too. So, but just a hot tip if you're a Battle.net, Warcraft, StarCraft, Diablo fan and may also have a Game Pass and may not know because there's not a lot of indication that this is a thing. Blizzard games are popping up on Game Pass on my Xbox, but there's no indicator to really kind of follow breadcrumbs to know that this is going to happen on this too. So it's just really cool. Game Pass is going to let me play games on my Mac, without streaming or anything like that. That's pretty cool. So what do you guys want to talk about next? I'm going to throw it your way.
Podner, I'm gonna say something. It's already the 14th of the month, and we haven't done something that we do every month.
Oh no, we've been so distracted.
Yes. Burp, burp, burp. Scooch, 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 scooch. I feel like I should do slow motion scooches.
Oh, and there's a cat on the other side. Get us ready for.
Oh, look! It looks like that cat.
Oh wait, it is like. Hold on.
Monty, you look like that.
Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, I can see it. The eyes aren't scary green enough.
Yeah, I mean these are quite natural.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so Cat Wars is the wonderfully terrible calendar that we purchased for you for Christmas last year at a Cracker Barrel.
Yes, and so we've gone through every month of Cat Wars.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
We can show one or two to get the idea. It's cats
Big
with
High Grounds for a path to the light.
Castle-
They just get worse as we go along. Like that guy, my
Yeah.
powers of persuasion are catastrophic.
Cats
So
holding
it just-
lightsabers. What is it? Half of them say Shutterstock in the corner, I think, right?
Yeah, like doesn't make any sense in
No,
any sort of
What is
Star
the
Wars
cat doing with
universe.
that wall? I don't understand it.
doesn't make any sense. So it is time for October.
Hmm.
In October, we say, try another perspective and see you will.
What is it on? Is it? It's.
It's in space. I think that's a planet, or it's under a rock. Half of its body's missing because that's so weird.
Huh.
I don't. The cat. No, don't know. It really don't know.
No.
Let's see. Getty images, and yeah, nope, don't have a clue. Not sure what's happening to this cat or what it's doing. It's a rock. It's a river rock that it apparently fell under while high on catnip.
Okay. I can try.
Or it almost looks like it's on top of the rock looking down at somebody.
Maybe it is. Maybe the cat has taken us down, and with its lightsaber, and it's just we're looking up at it and
Oh, it
accepting
does
our
have
defeat.
the lightsaber is red, so
Is it?
purple.
Mm,
Purplish red?
It's a Hello Kitty pink.
Okay,
if I
I
had to
wasn't sure.
figure out-
It was like, can I not tell through the zoom, or is it really that
No,
indistinguishable?
it's really Hello Kitty pink. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, on
This is-
the zoom it looks like a purplish red, at least on my monitor.
yes. So happy October, everyone. Try another perspective and see you will.
There you go.
I like that it's also Yoda. Yoda sounding quote.
Lolcats and Yoda is kind of the same thing, though, isn't it?
Yeah, this might be this is my favorite so far as worst imagery and saying.
Are you guys ready for the creepy factor?
Of course.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this? You guys introduced
Yep.
this last week, and we had to go further with it. Of course, we had to take it further. No. And can I get that cat as a cameo? So you introduced me to Sora, the new Sora, last week, Katie. And
Yes, I did.
And then other things happened too. So to kind of mark this, I don't right before the show started on social media, I did add a little bit of the puppets are on the other thing. I did add a little introduction video from via Sora, and you can see a little bit. It was just it's just like a little bit of like me going, "Hey, I'm fake."
This video right here. Not even real. Podcast day with Sorgatron. It's Tuesday night.
So this is part of the new Sora. It's kind of it's like one of the craziest, like, most downloaded apps, I think. Like, I think they broke some records or something with it here in the last week. But in the meantime, what is, and I'm trying to bring up where I'm at here. This is what it looks like if you haven't got, because it's still an invite code, right? Like, not everybody can sign up for it. Do you have to have the $20 account in order to use it at this point?
No.
You do not. Like, if you have the invite code, you're
I've
in
been
this
using
version.
it. I've been using it. I mean, I created the video of you hitting Jake Paul. with
Yes,
a,
you did.
kendo
Yes, you
stick.
did. So here's the thing. Like, so the iPhone app for it is very social media. You flip through it like it's a TikTok or something like that, or Reels, and you make your account, and it lets you recreate yourself as a cameo. And you know, hey, there's a dog that we're feeding. There's wrestlers playing poker. There's the making Baja cars move, and the skeleton from the Opie's candy shop in Mayberry we went to a couple weeks ago. I'm just like making pictures move. The donut starts talking to me in this one. There's a very fever dream kind of situation. So it's kind of opened up. But the other thing you can do is, if you have the iPhone app, is and it's iPhone, it's not Android yet to my knowledge, is you can create a cameo. You have it. It has you turn your head a couple times and say a couple numbers, and now you can there's us wrestling, there's me flying with Dave Podner, there's you put me through a flaming table, let's see, there's a lot of wrestling happening there, there's a lot of podcast stuff that Katie put me in front of a lot of Dunkin' Donuts cups and just let me go wild. So there's a lot of that happening there. So
overly caffeinated sword.
oh
yes.
yeah. I didn't look at the prompt for that kind of thing. So when you go in here, and there's a lot of, like, I follow, like, Mark Cuban is in here, Justine, Leo Laporte. You know, obviously your tech people, like I say, Jake Paul. You said you put me in a video in. So like the idea is. And you can limit that too. So I limited it just like friends and friends of friends can do it. So it's not wildly out there and a lot of people doing weird stuff with me. And also you do control this. I can go in and say, no, I don't want this. Or I can take it in and start from here and remix it. So you do have a little bit of control of it as long as it's on this site. Obviously, it can be downloaded by the user. You know, like Podner can download this, throw somewhere else, and there's really nothing I can do about it at that point. Also, I did submit myself for this, so I'm kind of stuck with it. Little.
Now you can't. One thing you can't do is do a screenshot.
Oh, really?
If you tried to do a screenshot or screen, because I wanted it, I didn't figure out how to download it first, and I wanted the video to post somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I tried doing a screen recording, and it just turned all black.
Okay, and that's probably for the best too, because that's going to protect you with things like that. So as far as this goes, I want to show the process a little bit here so you get an idea. Plus, I also kind of want to update my cameo, so I'm not wearing an SAE shirt in the meantime too. But that's the wrong computer there. So if we go in here, this is what it looks like. Nope, you're in your account, and you see there's actually a little bit of the video of me kind of like taking care of myself before. And you see I got, only me, people I approve, mutuals, and I can exclude people. So if Katie gets a little weird with it, I can add her to the you cannot cameo me list situation here. So watch yourself, Katie. I know how you get. But you do all this, and then you can retake your cameo. There we go. Okay, and I am going to reset this here. I'm going to take my headphones off, so that's not a part of me. So you're going to start recording. 38, 98, 69. Nice.
Nice.
Move my head to the side and down, and now it's going to upload. It's going to take a minute. I did have to do it a couple of times for it to, like it said, I had a bad take or something like that. Could have been lighting, could have been movement. I don't know. So it'll process, and then you're available to get
and it is
all done.
Yeah, it's a little on the freaky side. You're only saying 3 numbers.
Yes.
And it can make you, and you can put in, and the audio, the text to audio, where it sounds like you, and it kind of can create all the phonics from 3 numbers. You can say, oh, have them say this, or, and it's like, okay, I only said 3 numbers. And that's enough to get everything to create all that? That's impressive.
Right. I'm trying to make a new cameo with my new guy. So is standing. Wait, it says it mentions somebody that doesn't have a cameo. I wonder if I haven't processed it yet. I don't know, Katie, if you can see if you can cameo me with something. Because it's not letting me cameo myself, apparently. It's weird as cameo, since cameo is something else. So,
let's see.
Here we go.
Sorgatron.
Here we go. And again, it's very invite-based, so if you need an invite, DM us, I guess. And I'm sure they're replicating, because I put my invite out there, and it still says I have 2 invites left here. So, but I don't know. It's very interesting, because it is... And they did this before, where they kind of showed off what a lot of other people were doing. But it is like you could just kind of go down a rabbit hole with this, just again like a TikTok or something, which is really interesting. I think I connected this to the wrong computer again. Yeah, I keep connecting to the MacBook in the back room. But yeah, you go in here, and like this is the biggest component I think a lot of people are getting addicted to is this kind of video roll through. Oh, hey, here's a problem. I can't show videos because I'm in screen capture mode. Very interesting. Okay.
You would have to download them and then show. Well, you couldn't show anyone else.
Well, I can also show it on the browser too. I would presume, or maybe not. I don't know. No, I don't know. No, well, yeah, I have HDMI plugged in, so we'll see how that loads.
You do not have a cameo right now, so I wonder if it has to do some processing before I can even. Here it goes.
That's updated now. Yeah, give it a minute and try again. But that gives you the idea, and then hopefully before the end of the show here, we'll have one that works, and we can show you kind of how that works and how quickly it works too. I mean, you saw some of those videos and how kind of crazy they were, right? When we went to them. So I mean, those are, I mean, it gets weird from time to time, but
I mean, if you want to show something, Sorg, use mine. You know, Prof Prod PGH, and do one for me if you want to show it live, and not wait till the end of the in case it doesn't create yours in time for the show.
Let's see if it'll let me say Fago. But and that's the idea. It's added to the queue. We'll see what happens there. I know, Katie, you and I were both hitting up against a lot of guardrails, trying to do certain things, describe certain people that of a popular nature, I think it was, which is wild because there's like pictures of, there's like videos of Martin Luther King with different scripts and ums and talking about user violations. Some of my favorite ones are the Bob Ross ones that are everywhere. I think it was like what Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers coming off a ladder through a flaming table was one that I saw going around before I knew what this was. So so we're at this point. It looks this good. Are we scared? To a certain point.
So you remember how we were having, or I was having issues posting some of my imaginator, the commercials I made in the locker room with some wrestlers, having issues. I figured out why I wasn't posting mine. Used the initials for ED, and I used the words. And apparently, if you use the words, it won't post it.
Interesting.
So it's kind of So yeah, if you just use the initials, you can use it, but don't.
I spelled it out. I spelled out. We can say it. I think we can PG-13 this. I spelled out professional wrestlers in an erectile dysfunction ad is what I put, and I got a video for it. So there's that.
That's wild. So did you edit the? Does it say? Oh, I guess it does say that, huh?
Yeah.
That's weird because that's what it was hitting me.
And the fact that it gave a product name,
it's called Elevate,
which looks legitimate.
I dropped it on the Mayhem show with Instagram account, and immediately one of the wrestlers says, "Delete this." So, no, we experiment on social media around here, and that's what we're experimenting with. I'm not gonna. I would have dropped those every once in a while when we think we have something entertaining. I'm not dropping that all the time. I'm not going to turn my Instagram into a AI account or anything like that. AwesomeCast may have a little more AI on it when we play with this thing. So we'll see how that goes.
Like you said, I actually did one that said, "I'm visiting Palm Springs," and being a tourist, and it came up with me walking around taking photos.
Yeah, it did.
And it looked, I mean, other than the fact that one time I was taking a photo and I turned down and it made my chin like 4 times the size, it looks like.
Well,
other than that, it looked realistic.
It's assessing what the rest of your body looks like from seeing like your upper, your shoulders, basically, which is really fascinating. So yeah, this is the thing that confused me. This is the video that I saw of you outside Palm Springs, saying, yada, yada. This is nice. This is the giveaway. You were using your phone, but apparently filming yourself with a phone at the same time.
Oh, wait.
So it's like, wait a minute.
And like I said, right there, when I kind of turn, it kind of throws off. But I mean, and the shirt makes no sense.
Is really random.
Shown.
So that's why I'm wondering, because you're seeing the top of this poppy shirt, and I wonder what it does with the rest of it. Because, and just to show you, just generally, this is how weird it looks regularly. What is AI going to do with this? So yeah, she has like 10 arms in this shirt. So it already looks like AI screwed it up. So what does it mean when we actually get in here? Again, everything has watermarks on it. I don't know if there's a method to remove the watermarks for something like this. So I mean, these are obviously popping up in other on other platforms, and I was like, oh wait, what's this? And then like I look for the Sora thing. And by the way, we do have your video did just pop up here, and we'll load this here in a moment.
Okay.
As soon as it kicks in. And I'm waiting for it to kick in. It's still loading, but I saw it in the thumbnail. So like, see, how long ago did I type that? We already have a video with you that looks pretty decent.
And I heard
and
that
it's you sitting standing
of
outside the
course.
studio drinking Faygo, and it uses the logo for Faygo, so which is pretty crazy.
Grabbing an orange Faygo to keep me going.
Look at that drink shot.
First thing this afternoon, it's just right. Nothing beats it on a fall afternoon. Cheer out here outside the studio, grabbing an orange Faygo to keep me
Not bad, not bad at all, right?
Well, you know what? Go to my my Sora. I just created one. Me reporting overly caffeinated from a mini Baja event.
Did you make it public? I'm waiting for these to load.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay, we'll get that here in a second. But in the meantime, it doesn't seem to have loaded yet, so we'll wait for that. It might take a second to populate, so I know I haven't made mine public yet either. Oh, boy. And Katie, what have you been doing with this fun new tool?
Oh, what do you? I have been enjoying putting wrestlers into rom-com scenarios, and I just dropped professional wrestlers who broke up after they graduated college or accidentally set up on a blind date years later by mutual friends.
That's a lot. Okay, let's see what that looks like.
Oh, and Sorg, I just put the link to the one I just created in the doc on the far right.
Yes, we just showed it while she was talking about that. So, did I find another Katie? Because now I have no post from you.
I don't know, because like there was a hot second where mine wasn't loading, but now they're back.
All right, we'll get that in a
Who
shot.
knows?
So I mean, it's a new thing. A lot of people are hitting it up, and yeah, now we have it. So this is a lot of rom-com looking stuff. You know, you say pro wrestlers. The dialogue actually lends to pro wrestlers. Actually, now that I think about it, but it just looks like attractive, studly guy. So. You know, and then there's all me with my own Dunkin' Donuts, and then there's your capybaras, and there's your this was the greatest, just the cat drinking on some Dunkin' Donuts was pretty good.
And the jingle for that one's great.
The
too.
jingle. Let me see if I can pull that up here. Well, this is one of those things we talk about, like you know. We're going to have Jared on at some point because he has been making AI music for pro wrestlers because they try to get away from copyrights instead of having somebody make one. Literally, like, it's like, hey, we need a song for this guy over here. And he makes it like before the show. So, and there's actually an interesting little factoid that I would love to hear the background on about one of those songs has gotten into something major. And I want to see how that kind of turns out. So, you know, and it's to the point where obviously people have ideas about AI, and obviously, like, you know, if you have the funds, like, go to find there are plenty of music artists that will do pro wrestling themes for relatively cheap. But you know, wrestlers don't have a lot of money. I get it, but you know, if you're like, hey, I need to make sure I'm not playing Rage Against Machine and taking somebody off of YouTube. Like, it's an option, right? And it's a real option, and it's half decent. We've used it a couple of times for projects internally here when we just like, we just need to throw some music in there that makes sense. You know, it's interesting. And you know, these are the tools available, and we try to, you know, get used to them and see where they're at. We're not going to ignore them around here, right? So I think it's interesting, you know, and obviously a lot of things are going to be hashed out with this kind of stuff. So.
The other thing that we have to watch out for, and I actually put this link because I heard the podcast Tech John talk about this, and I found the link in PC Mag, that by December, ChatGPT will allow you to generate erotica or sexually written stories and imagery.
Wait, why do we have a timeline on that?
Well, that's when the update's going to come out.
Oh, and they finally got Pornhub. Got it.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, basically, they said, well, we understand people with mental issues may have issues. And I'm thinking, no, No, yeah, that was their excuse.
Are they
last year
are they labeling everybody into erotica as mentally ill?
They're saying that there are people who like the stories of people getting overly attached to AI.
Okay, okay, that is.
And they're
I
like,
see.
well, we mitigated that issue.
That's not
so
even.
now we're going
Listen,
to lose. Yeah,
that's not even a mentally ill problem. That's just loneliness, which is an epidemic
exactly.
here. You know.
But Sam Altman then said, well, we fixed that issue.
Okay. Oh, did we?
Oh.
Oh my God! Oh no, he's gone. He's been lost to the desert. Dave, come back to us. Oh God!
Water.
What, did he knock the camera over?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
But
Okay.
But they
Anyways.
said, okay, we fixed this right here. We fixed all the problems that people who have attachment issues. We fixed that, whatever. And now what we're going to do is they're going to loosen the restrictions they put in. Meaning, now they're still going to have issues with, people. Now, it's one thing if you do yourself and they label it as adult, so you have to click to see it. It's one thing to say, oh, I'm opening my Cameo to anyone or friends, or just say friends.
Okay.
All of a sudden, what could happen is your friends put you in a situation where, friends or, just as a prank, put you in a situation you may not want to be put into. So they may open it up and then close it quickly.
Yeah, because it only takes. It doesn't take long for the Nazi chatbot to happen. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
like we've seen this before through Microsoft's old chatbot, through Grok had an issue with this a month or so ago, and it will not take long for people to find their way through this thing to the worst possible outcome.
Oh yeah, exactly. And I mean, Rule 34 has been around since the late 90s, if not earlier.
And what is Rule 34?
Rule 34 is if anything can be made into porn, it will be.
Yes.
You may think it's the most innocent thing in the world. You will find porn of it online.
Yeah, I think Rule 34 is going to be our title. Just so everybody looks that up and figure out, like, what's Rule 34? Now everybody will know what Rule 34 is. Yeah. In the meantime, we'll have fun just having cats drinking coffee, I guess. And Katie will continue to put me in odd podcasting situations, I guess.
Including corgi races.
Corgi races? Did we do it?
Oh wait, I should put you in the corgi race. Never mind. Ignore what I just said. You're going to be in a corgi race.
Ignore what you just said. I can't ignore what you just said. What are you talking about?
Corgi race. Yeah, you're not a person yet. Your cameo's still.
My cameo's still out there. Oh, did I break my cameo? Is that what happened? All right, we'll see what happens there. All right, let's hit up a couple more things real quick. I kind of want to talk about this, but I can hold it over. We're about at that point. Should I do tip and get out of here, and we'll do the rest on Patreon?
Good.
Tip.
So,
Yeah, just a tip. Yeah.
Jeez, would you, Dave? Okay, so
What was the name of the show?
I'm sorry. You walked into it.
You heard the name of the show.
Yep, PG-13, guys. Well, you walked into it, or no, they were. Yeah. We talked a lot about Game Pass games and things like that. Obviously a lot of stuff going on there. A lot of ill will towards Microsoft right now from the gaming community about those price hikes. But in the meantime, I got a hot tip for you. And I saw this somewhere and took care of it because for me, I keep Best Buy keeps sending me gift certificates for $5 or $10. And one thing I do, Black Friday, typically I'll buy a bunch of Game Pass cards and take care of like half of the year for a fraction of the cost. if you go to BestBuy.com, go to Walmart.com, wherever you get any of that, you can just do the digital codes or Amazon.com, anything like that. Even if they're not on sale, a 3-month Game Pass Ultimate, which would be the equivalent of what the $30 Game Pass is, and whatever level you want. I actually kind of generally recommend this. It is actually makes me think that I want to do the same thing for Netflix and things like that too. If you buy the cards, they're set for about $59.99, $60, which amounts to about what a 3-month subscription actually costs right now. We know that's going to change starting next month. So if you buy it now and bank it in your account for the next several months, if you're so inclined, if you have the money to do this, obviously, that's going to be beneficial. The other thing is, like I mentioned, Black Friday, there's a lot of amazing sales on things like game cards and things like that. Get your Game Pass cards, get them stocked up there for much cheaper. Have your money aside for Black Friday. I usually grab several of them across a couple different sites because it's usually one per customer kind of situation. But anything like that, if there's any chance, and this doesn't just apply to Game Pass. If you have a chance for an annual subscription, or if you're getting Katie, I know you're really good with getting. I don't know. Are we allowed to talk about this? Gift cards with points. I think through Giant Eagle, if I'm not mistaken. Was that it?
Oh, I used to get them through there, but not. They've changed a lot of their way they do things.
But if you got
sadly,
yeah, I know that nobody's happy about the new point system with Giant Eagle and Geckos around here in the Pittsburgh area. But in the meantime, but that is a thing. If you have something where there's points or something like that, get your stuff through those game cards and like, if it's like credit cards or, Walmart points or whatever the case may be, look for those. Costco, might have a lot of stuff and deals for something like that too, if you happen to have a membership. So look out for that. That's a way for you to get around that, especially this most recent price hike. But even like try to get an annual for Disney Plus. So when they do those yearly hikes that are getting pretty crazy, at least you'll be able to stave that off for a little bit, because they will honor what you paid for up until that point. So as somebody who did not pay for Disney Plus for a good 5 years after the initial what was it? I paid $150 for, was it 3 years when they started, maybe? Something like that. But it all got, kept getting pushed back because I had a Verizon account and they gave it for free. So they deprecated that and everything like that. So that was really nice to have that, especially when they took it off my Verizon and I didn't know it for a while. So, but that's the thing. So hit your Game Pass, go stock up on some cards. I'm good till February, guys. And got a couple bucks off of it. Every time I see a gift certificate come through Best Buy, I'm going to buy another card, because I know that's going to be a discount on things on top of a discount. So there you go. Guys, I think it's been a great, awesome cast. We've had a lot of fun with things, and who knows where this AI stuff's going to go with us playing with it. So, but it's a lot easier, and that's both fun and scary. So we'll see where that goes, and we'll see what trouble we get into too. in the meantime, guys, thank you so much. Dave Potter is the iPhoneography podcast and other places.
Yep. Prof Prod pretty much everywhere. Unfortunately, Sora, there was already a Prof Pod, so I had to do Prof Pod PGH.
Who got a Prof Pod on Sora?
I don't
know.
Are
they even doing anything with it?
I didn't check, to be honest.
That's the sad part. If you go on there and they're an egg, right? So,
yeah.
And katiedudas.com for Katie things.
Hey, I feel like it was jazz hands. Jazz hands.
If you haven't checked it out, check out last week where she talked about going surfing.
Yeah, I did it.
Which everybody will, because I accidentally sent the surfing video to every account this morning. So,
okay, at 3 a.m.?
Was it at 3 a.m.?
Because my mom was like, why is Sorg posting videos?
Oh, no. So
was that a different one?
It was probably a different one then. Well, no. What also happens is, depending on your account, if it was an Instagram, because that will tell you somebody posted something several hours after it happened.
Oh, yeah. That's what I told her. And I was like, oh, no, did you actually send it as a message? And
those haven't. Fishing Without Bait, I've been accidentally posting everything at midnight because I did not understand the scheduler a couple weeks ago. So, and may still kind of be doing that after today. I need to investigate that situation. Things upgrade and sometimes you don't keep up with them. And you have but no, I went and updated, and typically when I go to the browser, it has just the, AwesomeCast selected. I hit publish, and while I'm waiting for it to publish, I looked over and saw all of them were selected. So it was fishing, wrestling, AwesomeCast. So yeah, so you were everywhere today with that video. So not the worst one, but guys, thank you so much. Stay tuned for Patreon if you're part of that, and we'll be talking about a couple more things. Thanks to Mac and Tony for helping with the social medias and the chat rooms and getting links out there throughout the episode. We'll see you guys next week. You have been our awesome audience. Have an awesome week. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at Sorgatron.